What's good, fam? 27-day vlog feast, and we going straight out of New Orleans. Listen, we got a big pot of creamy red beans and rice. No cans, no shortcuts, just low and slow with a lot of love. Okay, so look, we're gonna go over some of these ingredients. I went ahead and opened these up right here. Look, smoked turkey wings. This is where we're gonna get that base from, right? So look, you can look right here, and then I'm gonna address this part right here. I always use andouille sausage, but this right here gonna be a plus for everybody, because look, this is chicken. So we're not using no pork. We got some other ingredients right here. Listen to this, if we doing red beans and rice, normally, if you got the foresight to see it, you're gonna soak your beans overnight. But I'm gonna show you guys a technique. That way we can go ahead and hot flash, right? I'm gonna show you that in just 1 second. Now, if you come on over here, you're gonna see I got chicken stock. Look at this right here. This is that homemade. Now I'll leave a link up in the upper left-hand corner so you guys can see. You can click on that if you wanna know how to make your own. I want you to look at that color though. That color is right, folks. This right here is the other half. With this and this here is ooh-wee. That's all I'm gonna say. With that being said, don't forget the full ingredient list is on my website. That's smokinandgrillingwithab.com, and that's WITAB.com. Okay, now we getting ready to learn how to hot flash. Because I didn't think about last night to go ahead and soak these, listen, we do have an option. Let's get these open, bring this here, and I'm gonna drop these on this plate right here. Now, I'm gonna say this, I live like in a big city, you know what I mean? When you got a big city, just the grocery store, they got different rules and you know what I mean? So they strenuous about what be in the bag in the store. As you guys can see, it's not a whole lot of broke ones. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna look at some of these. If I see anything that's broke, I'll take it out. But I just move these around just to see, make sure there's no rocks in there. Some of you guys, it depends on how you get your beans, you know what I mean? It might not be such a rigorous program, you know what I mean? You'll see it. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I have never seen a rock inside of one of my, this is about the worst thing, like something where the bean kind of like flake, but I've never seen rocks in the bag of beans. First of all, you got to get yourself a pot, right? We got to put some water in here. What the objective is for us to put enough water in here that it covers our beans. We want to cover it maybe about that much, maybe like about an inch over that, right? Now we want to bring this to a boil. So I'm starting off with hot water. Now this is already hot. I mean, the more water you have, the longer it'll be in there, right? But hot flashing will save your time and make you say, you know what, we're going to go ahead and make it anyway. Because we come up with them great ideas at the last minute. So now I'm going to take this and put it over here. So we got the water here, this is the hot water. You wanna have a pot to have a lid on it. So look, once this comes up to a boil, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these, I've already sorted through them, and I'll drop it in there and I wanna see it boil one more time after I put the beans in. And then I'm gonna turn the fire off. We're gonna leave the top on there and we're gonna let it sit inside of this hot water to about 1 hour and 20 minutes. We well past the whole time of an hour. Actually, this has been in here sitting in the water for like I say about 2 hours. These have already been hot flash, right? Now I'm gonna come on over here. I'm going to go ahead and prep, everything. So let me go ahead and grab my knife. And what I wanna do now is I'm just gonna clean these up. Then I'm gonna run a little water on them, wash them up a little bit, clean them. I always cut this white part off. You guys let me know down in the comment section below. Do you cut that off or what? I'm real curious to know that. Now I want you guys to let me know, how do you cut your celery down? I like to divide each one of these ribs up into threes. I do them just like that. I do whatever's easiest for myself. Then if you got a knife that's super sharp like this one right here, or don't forget, like I'm no chef, not trying to be a chef, haven't been formally trained. I do what's best for me and safest, right? So you guys find how you want to do it. Remember, as we cutting these down, it's about the size. Right? So if we leave them a little bit on the larger side, unless we cook them all the way down, that's for what we call texture. And then if you cook them for the flavor and you want them to just like melt inside of it, then you can go ahead and, dice these down super small. So I do a little bit of both. All right, so now we're gonna do the exact same thing for our bell pepper. And then for those of you guys that know, when we have bell peppers and you see that celery, that onion is coming right behind it and you know what to call it. If you don't know, for those that do know, talk to me down in the comment section below. I want you guys to just write it. The other people can copy off of it or whatever. But if you know what this is, that would be your celery, bell pepper, and your onion. Talk to me. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and, work with our chicken andouille. Now you guys can cut these down any kind of way you would like. Sometimes I cut these down into strips of 4 and then cut it down. But if we're gonna do it more like the way the folks in New Orleans do, then we're gonna go ahead and do it this way, because this is their style right here. All right, so look, I want you guys to check it out. I keep talking about this chicken andouille and all of that, right? Take a look at that. Let's get down here, down close to it. Look at them colors right there. You see all of that orange and all of that? That's the andouille flavor, and I love it. Once it gets hot, it releases this into the pot and marries all of this together, including this, because I'm gonna use my press when I, mince this garlic. But this right here is gonna be the base. This is base one. Check me out. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know how I'm gonna get to you guys to see that flame right there, right? I just get a little medium flame. I don't want this super hot, right? Go ahead and heat up a little bit of olive oil. I'm gonna put about 2 tablespoons of this in here. Let me clear that up. I always use infused olive oils. I'm using a brand, it's from Branch and Vine, Upland. This is a garlic infused. I cook with this quite often, but they have so many different flavors. If you have the garlic to start off, that'll do great. If you wanted to, you can add like a tablespoon of butter in here. That works too, but right now we just gonna go with this. I tell you, when anything gets hot like that, when you smell it, that there, All right, so here we go. We got that, I guess I can say it now. We got the Holy Trinity right here. Then we got our chicken andouille. And now you see I got my garlic just waiting to be pressed, right? What I'm gonna do is, I know I'm hot enough over here on that side. Let me look at my fire. And I like to always just, no matter what, and that's to add my, my onions in first. Now we go with the rest. Now we just move these around like this, just so that it'll pick up some of that, infused olive oil down on the bottom, right? And then we'll let these start to render down. That saute their way down to becoming soft. Right, and I'm gonna let these go for about 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna add my chicken andouille. All right, next, we're gonna go ahead and add our chicken andouille. We wanna get that hot, and we wanna make sure that andouille releases this andouille flavor in here as well, right? So the steam is coming up off our veggies, right? And then if some of these are touching the bottom down there, anything on the bottom starts to change color. So let me let it work. We just wanna stay here with it. Sometime when I make it this, I'll go ahead and I'll sear these first, then I'll take them out. But you don't have to do that, folks. You just wanna get them down here like this and let them steam, let them saute, and let them sweat. Come here and notice, I like to make sure that whatever I'm putting my garlic on, I got a nice bed, just so that my garlic don't hit the bottom of the pan or my pot, right? We drop that in there, and if you look inside, see how it falls right on top? We just leave that on there, just like that. Now we move this around, right? I gotta give a shout out to all my folks that's in New Orleans, and they know how to create and make good flavor. Look at that right there, look at that andouille. You see how it's starting to char up a little bit? All right, now it's time to introduce our beans. All right, so look at my water. This is how you get that color. A lot of my videos, when I make red beans and rice, I always discard that and I come back with some type of stock. But this time we're gonna do it right. We're gonna do it like this, and I'm getting ready to pour this inside. Look at the color. That right there is important to me. It's gonna be important to y'all too. You see how now it's starting to look like red beans and rice just by having that in there? Now, I don't wanna add no more to it, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take my slotted spoon and just start adding that. Okay, so when you look inside of here, you wanna have it like 1 to 2 inches above the beans, right? I could pour some more into here if I wanted to, because you guys can see I still have some more water. I'm not letting none of these beans get away. If you notice that I had these hanging out here, don't forget I got that chicken stock. This is the chicken stock that we made. So this is much, much more flavorful than anything that you would buy like from the grocery store, right? So I'm gonna pour this in here and get my height right. But don't forget, we got that secret weapon, folks. We got that smoked turkey. But right now, let's just get our volume right. Look at that. We're gonna need it all. That was actually 2 cups, right? And the reason I put that in there like that, because I just told you guys we gotta put that, that smoked turkey. We need to get that flavor too. So I just raised up my fire. We automatically on high, right? We want to bring that up. But now we got to go ahead and hit it with just a little bit of this seasoning. And then for those of you guys that ran out doing your hot flash, if it all evaporated, don't trip. You can always add yourself some chicken stock to it, that, out of your pantry, or you can add a little bit more water. But remember, when we add in water, we diluting our flavor. Now that we done brought this back to a simmer, just color's on the way to where it's supposed to be. We didn't infuse this with a lot of good flavor. We haven't overpowered it, nothing. And then we came with that real level up when we used our homemade chicken stock. I know some of y'all are gonna say, well, why you didn't use no turkey stock or nothing like that? Trust me, chicken stock got so much flavor in it. When you mix all this together, you would not know the difference. So now I'm gonna go ahead and take about a half a teaspoon of this cumin and add that right there. Now here's where it's up to you guys. I'm gonna put a 1/4 teaspoon of this cayenne in here. I'll leave it like that. I know who I'm feeding. I'm gonna give it a little bit more bite. Now let me go ahead and get this mixed up. Now, some of you guys are gonna be doing something a little bit different. Every year I hear more and more people not doing it as traditional as the way we were brought up. I mean, if you're looking for an inexpensive alternative, for Thanksgiving, this red beans and rice right here get you right. Now, let me go ahead and turn this down because we just wanna have a simmer right now. Now we're finna add our bay leaves. I think in my recipe, I always put 1. If you want to have a little bit more flavor, go ahead and add 2. I love the taste of bay leaf. I know what it does. You know what I mean? So there we go. Let's address the elephant in the room, because I know some of y'all like, well, when is he going to put the ooh-wee in there? And the ooh-wee, in this case, is going to be, you know, that smoked turkey. But now we got these turkey wings. Look at it here. You see that right there? We're going to cook this down. We're going to put a little thyme on it too, folks. And when I mean thyme, I ain't talking about that herb. I'm talking about we finna put some real thyme on it as far as like cook this for a couple of hours. It's gonna soften this up. We'll be able to shred that, have a little meat. But the main thing is here, we got enough meat because we got the chicken andouille. But this right here, we want this to release all of its flavors in here too. When I say simmer, we gotta simmer. We don't wanna cook this and then you don't check on it and you done burnt all your beans down on the bottom, right? So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna look at it, we're gonna get this as low as possible. You see that steam that's coming off the top of that? Everything right here is just right. You want to make sure you got a lid, put that on there, and I'm gonna say this, set a timer for 1 hour right now. We're gonna come back, take a look at it, we're gonna give it a stir. Being honest with you, I stir mine about every 30 minutes. You know what I mean? But if you wanna walk away from it, you can go, if you got it on super low, on a simmer, you can go, 1 hour. I'll see y'all. All right, folks, look, here it is. You guys can see it. Now, we talk about like it being authentic. I'm gonna say this is about as close as I can get it without talking to somebody that's from New Orleans right now, and they're giving me like some different, measurements. You guys got to try it. I didn't overpower it or nothing like that. And I'm going to say one of the heads ups is the fact that I went ahead and I'm looking at my little alligators, y'all. You know what I mean? I'll put these right here. But anyway, it was just the fact that I used my homemade stock that I made. Hey, with that being said, I'm not finna over talk it. I'm just finna get in here. I got a nice big hearty bowl. I'm gonna go ahead and get me a little bit of this rice, bring it in like that. Oh my God. Now, I like mine to be a little thick. If you guys want yours to be thin, you can add a little bit more stock to it, quit cooking it all the way down. It's just about them beans. It's about all them flavors and everybody married together and holding hands. With that being said, I really feel like I'm rambling. Cheers, y'all. I immediately thought about the restaurant. This right here is fire. I ain't gonna lie. You guys gotta talk to me down in the comment section below after you make this. So listen, I'm gonna keep it real simple, y'all. Look, pot's talking, smoky, creamy, red beans and rice, bringing New Orleans straight to your kitchen tonight, right? So we're gonna mash a few over some fluffy rice with some green onion. We're gonna make it rain over the top. I didn't put none over mine. You know what I mean? I use, what you're seeing right now, I had used parsley. So if you're new to my channel, let me take this time to say thank you and, welcome you to the family. And don't trip. I want you guys to tell everybody out there, there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. And if you knew, you never seen me do this before, but check it out. I'm out. Peace.